Hey, hey! We're going back in time today where I started this journey. I'm going to show you step by step how I style my hair. So I went in the shower, forgot my mousse, forgot my coat cream, my gel, all of the things. So I was like, okay, I really wanted to record a reel, but I didn't have all the things. So I left the conditioner in my hair so that I could show you what I do as soon as I'm done applying conditioner in my hair, which is basically letting it sit while I gently detangle. If you have a good enough conditioner, it'll be fairly easy to detangle your hair. Okay, if your hair is super easily tangled and you're struggling, it's usually a sign that the conditioner is not meant for you. But the trick is to detangle your hair before your hair is wet. So you detangle your hair before you hop in the shower, and then you detangle it again with the conditioner in, like I'm doing now. So I left the conditioner in, got out of the shower, got dressed, and now we're gonna style my hair together. So I'm gonna rinse the conditioner out and pretend I'm in the shower. I don't typically style my hair from the tub, but this is how I started doing this business, and sharing with you guys how I do my hair was from this tub, because it was the only place I could record a video with the right lighting and show you my step-by-step. Now I have a good bathroom, I have great lighting, so I do it in the shower, which I prefer to style my hair in the shower. So keep that in mind. While you're watching, you don't necessarily have to be bent over like this over the tub. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but I want to share with you my routine, so I will deal with it. All right, so my hair is all detangled. The conditioner has sit in there for at least 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes is what the bottle says, so read your bottle. It will usually let you know how long, okay? If you rinse it out right away, you're not letting it do its job, and it's kind of pointless of applying it to begin with. So I'm gonna wash it out and show you exactly what I'm gonna do. So if you don't have this brush, we're gonna do things a little bit differently. So I'm gonna try my best to show you what I do with the brush and what I do without the brush, and hopefully I don't forget, okay? So you're gonna need a t-shirt. You're gonna need a styling brush. If you don't have one, that's okay. We're gonna, like I said, figure it out. Mousse, gel, pro cream, okay? You're not gonna use a lot of these, but we do need them. All right, let's see. We don't need this. Perfect. All right, let's get to it. Hello, hello. Feel free to put your questions in the comments. I will answer them later. So we're gonna flip forward, but you want your hair to be separated on the sides, okay, at the back. Let me show you. You want your hair to be separated at the side, not all forward. So all my hair is on the sides. Some of it here might go forward, and that's okay. Let me just pull up my sleeves. All right, we're gonna rinse out the conditioner first. Our hair needs to be soaking wet anyways. So typically you would be doing this right in the shower. I prefer to bring my products in the shower just because it avoids me making a mess. So if you're styling out of the shower and I'm telling you like your hair needs to be soaking wet, chances are it's probably making a huge mess. And it's probably really annoying. So just bring your products in with you. All right, so if you don't have this styling brush, when you're rinsing the conditioner, don't play with your hair. Don't do this, don't do this, don't scrunch, let it be. If you don't have the styling brush, what's gonna happen is by you playing with your hair, you're gonna be causing tangles and frizz. And we don't want that because we're not brushing your hair again, right? If you have the brush, do what you want. The brush is going to smooth out the frizz and the tangles later anyways. But if you don't, just let it be. It's going to become one big clump, something like this, and that's what you want. Okay? So we're going to rinse out as much as I can without taking too much of your time. All right. Rinse it really, really well. You don't want to leave conditioner in your hair. So again, if you don't have the styling brush, don't touch your hair while you're rinsing it. Just let the water run. And if you do have the brush, it doesn't matter. Once you're done rinsing the conditioner out, all you're gonna do is you're gonna grab 2 fingers on each hand, and you're just gonna glide it gently on the length of the hair. And that's what that's it. That's all you're gonna do, okay? It should be one big clump, something like this. It will probably be even better because you haven't touched your hair where I have. So there's a little bit of, you know, frizz here and tangles. Okay, so if you have one big clump, you're good to go. If you don't, keep rinsing, make that one big clump together. And then you're gonna grab your curl cream and you're gonna go straight to styling. So whether you have the brush or not, we're going straight to styling. So I'm gonna add a little bit of curl cream. Guys, you don't need much. If like it's running, it's about a dime size. A little bit more than a dime size. Okay, we're gonna rub our hands together and we're just gonna glaze it on if you don't have the styling brush. Okay, so if you don't have the styling brush, you don't wanna be raking. You just wanna be glazing it on and using the praying method, okay? That's if you don't have the brush. Because what's gonna happen is if you do rake it, it's gonna separate some of your hair and put it into like stringiness. I don't know if you see that. It's gonna create some stringiness and it's gonna create some clumps that you don't necessarily want. So like, look how stringy this is. You don't want that. You don't want this stringiness like this. Okay, if it looks like that, you need more water to create that clump again. So by doing it like this, you're gonna keep it in a clump. Okay, so if you don't have this brush, whoo, glaze it. If you do, you can rake it in. All right, once you're done doing that, my hair's not wet enough, so I like to add more water back into my hair because some sections look a little bit dry. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. If you're in the shower, this makes it easier because you can let the water run while you're styling. Okay, same with the gel. Again, if you have the styling brush, you can rake it in. If you don't, just glaze it. So I don't know if you can see how much gel is in there, but do less at first, depending on the length of your hair. I do a little bit more because my hair is really long, and I know that the gel doesn't have this really strong hold. So without a styling brush, you're gonna glaze it like this first, and then you're gonna use both hands and just glaze it. If you have the brush, doesn't matter. You can rake it in, okay? Or you can glaze it too, whatever you prefer if you have that brush. All right. So I like to use a little bit more gel. I recommend starting with less. Once you figure out how much product your hair can handle, then you can decide how much gel you want or how much gel you need. But I know that my hair needs a lot of this one specifically. So I do about 2, sometimes 3 globs. So we're gonna glaze that on. Glaze it on. Again, if you don't have that brush, it shouldn't be looking like this, okay? Like this tangled mess here, it shouldn't be like that. Because you went gently. You glazed gently, you didn't play with your hair while you rinsed the conditioner. This is why I like the brush, because you don't have to worry so much about creating frizz, because what we're gonna do next is gonna take care of it. So I know I have a knot right here, so I'm just gonna brush it through a little bit. Get rid of that knot right here. This is the way that I rinsed my conditioner while I was playing with my hair. I definitely caused some knots. All right, you don't want your hair to look stringy. You want it to be clumped. So what we're gonna do now that it's detangled, if it looks like this, see the stringiness? You don't want that. So we're gonna grab some sections, not too many, and I'm going to go up, pull some tension, and create some nice big clumps like this. This is why I love this brush. This is too stringy. I'm gonna bring it with the other one. Perfect clumps right this. Perfect, okay? You go from underneath so you don't flatten your roots, okay? This one's too stringy, I'll put it with the other. Next one. Let's detangle this. All right, let's try again. Perfect. Next one. Whoop. Perfect. Takes me about 7 minutes, typically, to stop my hair. All right, now that you have some nice clumps, some of these are stringy, so we're gonna reclump them together. Don't want stringiness. Okay, now we're gonna use the mousse. Woo. Okay, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glaze it on the length, because now we're not using the brush again, so you gotta glaze. You gotta be gentle. Instead of putting a big glob, I choose to do a couple little ones so that they don't all go in one area. Okay? I'll do one more. Start from this side. If you want volume, do your roots. All right, and then we're just gonna scrunch. If your hair dries quickly, add some water. It should be dripping. If it's not dripping, add some water. If it's separating and it doesn't look like nice clumps like this, and it looks more like this, add some water. I'm probably gonna add some water here. Okay, we're gonna scrunch a little bit more. See if it starts to separate. It's starting to separate a little bit, so we're gonna do a little bit of water. Remember, you're in the shower. You can let the shower run and just a quick spritz and then scrunch. Perfect. You gently scrunch and I pulse at the end. Okay, so you slowly bring it up and pulse. And you keep going until you like the definition that you see, or you start to see frizz. If you start to see frizz, you're gonna grab your t-shirt and you're gonna scrunch with your t-shirt. Now I don't want my hair to be stuck, falling forward and making that weird kink that we tend to get. So I'm gonna grab one finger here and I'm gonna do this and shake, and then I'm gonna scrunch this way. Okay. Same thing. One finger. Shake. And then scrunch. It's gonna separate into smaller clumps, that is normal. But if it starts to look stringy, you can add a little bit of water. Okay? It's gonna clump back up. All right, once I start to see frizz, I then start to grab the t-shirt and I keep going until I like the definition I see. The t-shirt is gonna soak up the excess water. It's gonna soak up any of the excess product that's just kind of sitting on top of your hair. And it's gonna encourage definition up to your root. So I keep scrunching. And I'm starting to like the definition here. So I'm not gonna keep going too much. Just soaking some up so it doesn't take forever to dry. If you tilt your head while you're scrunching, you'll get to your roots. All right. Next step is I'm gonna grab a t-shirt. I don't have another one, so it's fine. Just grab the wet one, okay? Preferably on a flat surface. I'm gonna grab my hair gently with my 2 thumbs, and I'm just gonna plop it right on the t-shirt here. It's not the best place to do it, but you get the idea. I'm gonna grab both sleeves. Put it together. Grab one side, grab the other, and then I'm just gonna tie it up with an elastic, because this is how I like to do it. Let me just grab an elastic. Of course, I don't have one. Let me take you with me. Do you pulse with the t-shirt? Yes. Yes, I do. All right. There's an elastic. Perfect. So I'm just going to tie the back. And I leave this sit. I don't know. I guess it depends. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 30. Start with less. Start with 5 minutes, see how your hair turns out. Try 10 minutes the next time. Try 15, try 30, and then you'll see what results you prefer. But stick to this routine. So if you're trying it out, first time, you're probably not gonna get the perfect results. I'm out of breath, sorry guys. But if you keep practicing the same steps over and over, you're gonna get better. If you're trying different things, you're never gonna get good at one routine. So keep practicing the same one and then try different things. But like for a couple weeks, if you're styling once a week, do it for a month and a half. If you're styling multiple times a week, do it for like 3 weeks. Practice the same exact step so that you can get better at those steps. All right, you guys, I'm gonna tune out. I have a friend coming over. I'm supposed to wash her hair, but I will go back to the questions. They'll be in the comment section and I'll answer them for you. Thanks for tuning in.